Ever tried solving a Rubik's Cube? It's a bit like tackling the twists and turns of NRI investments. How do you match the colors without messing up the others? Tricky, right? But do you know what's equally puzzling? The journey of investments where one wrong move affects the entire financial landscape. So today let's talk about the 5 common mistakes NRIs often make while investing in India. We've broken it down into 3 parts. First, we explore the 5 common mistakes. Then how to avoid them, and finally I'll address some common questions to bring in more clarity. So let's get started with the first topic. Let's talk about that familiar resident savings account, your trusty sidekick. It's been there through your thick and thin, but guess what? As a non-resident Indian, it's time to upgrade your account because it's illegal to hold a resident savings account after your resident status changes to NRI. And guess what? Banks have got your back. They've got these cool specialized accounts tailor-made for you. You might wonder why bother? It's just a bank account, but hold on. It's not just any account. It's your golden ticket to managing funds hassle-free. So let's dive into the options. First, NRO account. With this account, you can receive inward remittances from outside India. Additionally, you can repatriate up to $1 million to another country from this account during a single assessment year. You know what's the best part? You can easily convert your resident savings account to an NRO account. Click on the I button and watch this video for step-by-step instructions. Second is your NRE account, which allows complete repatriation of funds and accepts deposits in any foreign currency. Third is foreign currency non-resident account, or FCNR. Unlike NRE and NRO accounts, FCNR is a foreign currency denominated account. For the FCNR account, imagine a global playground for your funds, accepting deposits in any foreign currency. And yes, you guessed it right, complete freedom to repatriate your funds. Now let's talk stocks. Your resident demat account won't cut it. Enter the Portfolio Investment Scheme, or PIS, your ticket to dive into shares, ETFs and more. If you're wondering about the resident trading account, it is not your preferred option for NRIs. Change can be overwhelming, but trust me, this change, it's the good kind. Why? Because it will save you from hefty penalties. Here's the scoop. Under FEMA rules, NRIs holding on to resident savings accounts may face fines. Holding such an account may lead to penalties reaching up to 3 times the account balance or 2 lakhs, only if the amount is unquantifiable. Furthermore, a daily penalty of 5,000 rupees kicks in from day 1 until you rectify your savings account status. Timely action saves you from unnecessary fines. Now let's tackle the puzzling world of taxes for NRIs. But remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all because understanding the tax landscape begins with determining your residential status. Still puzzled about your NRI status? We got your back. After watching this video, check out our detailed explanation of NRI status by Income Tax, Aadhaar and FEMA Act. If you're classified as a resident, all your global income falls under India's tax lens. Whether it's earnings from Mumbai or Manhattan, it's on the tax radar. Now, for non-resident Indians, only the income earned or accrued in India or deemed to be so is taxable. That means your hard-earned money from any country other than India is safe from Indian taxes. Here's a common confusion many NRIs might face: choosing the right income tax return or ITR form. Don't worry, it's simpler than it seems. Here's the clarity. Out of the 7 available ITR forms, NRIs need to consider ITR 2 or ITR 3 depending on their income source. So let's understand both these forms. First, ITR 2. This form is open to individuals and Hindu undivided families, HUFs, with the total income surpassing 50 lakh rupees. But here's the catch. This income should not come from the profits and gains of a business or profession. If you're still confused, then take a screenshot of this table or pause the video and understand the eligibility criteria. If you're a salaried individual navigating the realms of intraday stock exchange or diving into futures and options trading, ITR 3 is your go-to form. Now here's something new, the VDA schedule. It stands for Virtual Digital Assets. This schedule steps into the crypto world. If you consider your virtual digital assets or VDA income as capital gains, simply break it down quarterly under the capital gains schedule. Make sure to include sale and purchase dates for each transaction. Now, if you're wondering who's in, who's out, then take a screenshot of this table for better clarity. This is where NRIs often find themselves making a crucial mistake. It's not that they want to, but the complexity of taxable income, exemptions, and deductions can lead to confusion. Choosing the wrong ITR form is just the beginning, and the real challenge lies in understanding what's taxable, what's exempt, and where you can make deductions. Let's start with taxable income. Under this section, the first is income from a house. NRIs can claim a 30% discount on house loans along with deductions for principal repayment, registration fees and stamp duty under Section 80C. Next is your salary. Any income earned or received on your behalf in India is taxable. Investments are another piece of the puzzle. NRIs have to pay taxes on short-term and long-term capital gains, income from securities, and gains on shares held in India. Even interest income from savings bank accounts and fixed deposits in India is not exempt. But here's the tricky part: other income sources. NRIs get a tax break on investment income at a 20% rate. If TDS has been deducted, no return submission is needed. Eligible investments include securities, shares, debentures, and deposits for publicly listed companies. Moving on to tax exemptions. Interest earnings on NRE or FCNR accounts are entirely exempt from tax. Also, government-issued instruments like notified government bonds and savings certificates enjoy tax exemption. However, dividends are taxable for NRIs. Under Section 80C, NRIs can enjoy a maximum deduction of 1.5 lakhs. This is where you can make a difference. First, life insurance premiums. Deductions are available for policies in your name, spouse's name, child's. But remember, the premiums must be under 10% of sum assured. Second, tuition fee payments. You can claim deduction for your kids' education in Indian institutions. Then there's home loan principal repayment. Just like residents, grab deductions for repaying home loan principals. It's a win-win for both you and your financial future. Fourth, unit-linked insurance plans or ULIPs. Invest and deduct premiums for you, your spouse, your kids. There's equity-linked tax savings scheme or ELSS. Categorized as tax-saving equity schemes, ELSS funds primarily invest in equities and come with a 3-year lock-in period. The returns from the scheme considered long-term capital gains or LTCG are subject to a 10% tax if income exceeds 1 lakh rupees. Now under Section 80D, you can get deductions for health insurance premiums. Deduct the premium of your health insurance for your immediate family and dependents, including costs for preventive health checkups within the specified limits. Moving on, education loan interest deductions under Section 80E. You can avail deductions on the interest paid for education loans, financing higher education, applicable to self, spouse, children, or dependent students. This deduction is limited to a maximum of 8 years or until the interest is fully paid, whichever comes earlier. As for donations under Section 80G, deductions qualify for deductions on eligible donations made under the Section 80G of the Income Tax Act. Finally, savings bank interest deduction under Section 80TTA. Enjoy deductions on interest earned from savings bank account capped at a maximum of 10,000 rupees. Here's a quick summary of different tax deductions. You can either pause the video or take a screenshot of this table. Now let's touch upon a crucial aspect. If you find yourself taxed in India and your country of residence, the DTAA between India and your country of residence can be your tax superhero. As of December 2023, India has DTAA agreements with over 90 countries, including Australia, Canada, Germany, and the US. However, the agreements are limited to 8 countries. I know this is a lot to understand, whether it's taxable income, tax exemptions, or tax deductions. If you want a video with a detailed breakdown, do let us know in the comment section. Mistake number 3, not diversifying your portfolio. So you've got some extra cash and the idea of investing is dancing in your head. This is where the third mistake starts, when you overlook investment mix. Think of it like cooking. You wouldn't throw all your favorite ingredients into one dish, right? Well, your investments are no different. Maybe real estate seems like the golden ticket, a one-time investment that can yield significant returns over time. But here's where many NRIs find themselves making a critical mistake. A recent study sheds light on challenges faced by NRIs managing properties from afar. Around 24% encounter hindrances, with tenant disputes causing headaches for 21% NRIs. They often lean towards real estate for various reasons: asset accumulation, emotional ties, or plans of returning to India. But before diving into real estate, consider these checkpoints. First, you must have a clear idea of when you plan to return permanently. If it's in a distant future, consider the dynamic housing market and your evolving circumstances. Second, think about who will live in the house and where it makes the most sense for them. Maybe prioritize proximity to family, friends, or maybe your dream retirement spot. And lastly, portfolio allocation. Given the liquidity advantage NRIs usually have, investing significant sums in real estate might not be the best move, especially if you're unsure whether you will return or not. Remember, diversifying beyond real estate and understanding the ongoing responsibilities is crucial. And no, you're not alone. Many NRIs find property management a puzzle, relying on friends and family for constant advice. Now, a reality check on some trends. First, NRE fixed deposits are tax-free unless your country of residence thinks otherwise. Second, Public Provident Fund or PPF only if you had it before becoming an NRI. Third, the National Pension Scheme or NPS, a good option for retirement, and yes, NRIs can also opt for it. There are two types of investors: those who carefully examine the details of investment policies and terms to understand what they might commit to, and those who avoid doing so because of inconvenience of navigating through all the financial jargon. And let's be honest, who hasn't clicked the I agree button without diving into the intricacies of terms and conditions? Well, you will be happy to know that SEBI requires all investment officers to disclose details for any potential risks. But when it comes to our financial future, understanding the fine print is a must, especially when it involves account closures. Let's talk about the devil residing in the details of investment funds. Early redemption penalties come in various forms. Percentages, fixed charges, and the duration you've held the investment influences the cost. Missing these specifics could mean a hefty price to pay. Shifting to insurance renewals and cancellations, skipping the fine print can bring unwelcome surprises. Policies vary, some auto-renew, others need proactive steps, and cancellations come with specific conditions. When it comes to investments, diversification is key. Consider individual stocks or ETFs as alternatives to traditional funds. It's like having a financial toolkit that safeguards you against potential costs and restrictions. In insurance, effective communication, marking important dates, and seeking insights from providers make the renewal and cancellation process smoother. And here's a trick: bundling policies can add an extra layer of cost effectiveness. And finally, the key to real savings lies in comparison shopping. Whether it's investments or insurance, reviewing documents, noting key dates, and communicating effectively with financial advisors are your tools for smart decisions. We've explored various aspects from account choices to taxes and portfolio diversification. Picture these choices as pieces of a puzzle. Mistake 5 is realizing the puzzle is missing a guide. In simpler terms, lacking a plan or not seeking professional advice is like solving a puzzle without the full picture. Let's explore why having a plan and professional advice is key for completing the financial puzzle for NRIs. Have you ever felt lost in the world of investments, especially as an NRI? It happens especially when you dive in without clear plans or rely solely on advice from friends and family. To avoid financial pitfalls and aim for success, you need a certified investment professional. These experts not only help you navigate the complexities of NRI investments, but also ensure your assets move seamlessly across borders, ready for whatever comes your way. But how do professional advisors make a difference? First, guidance and market watching. Think of market ups and downs like twists in your investment journey. Professional advisors provide a steady hand, keeping you from making impulsive moves. Second is strategic decision making. No more chasing trends. Advisors help craft a solid investment strategy, ensuring your decisions align with long-term goals rather than fleeting market trends. Third, filtering reliable information. In a world full of financial noise, advisors act as your information filter. They help you separate useful insights from the rest, steering clear of potential traps found on social media. Fourth is emphasis on long-term growth. Ever heard of the power of compounding? Advisors encourage patience, reminding you to give your investments the time they need to grow. Fifth, risk management. Consider them your financial guides. Advisors help you evaluate risk, ensuring your investments match your time horizon and preventing short-term funds misuse. Sixth is goal-oriented planning. Advisors work with you to set clear, achievable objectives, making sure every investment move supports your success. And lastly, proactive approach. No room for procrastination. Advisors encourage an early start for wealth accumulation. So how to avoid these common mistakes? Investing may seem like a stress-free side hustle, but the reality for first-time investors is often different. It demands time, effort, patience, especially in the unpredictable stock market. First, plan your route. First-time investors often treat the stock market as a gamble, lacking a well-defined plan. What's the solution? Overcome this by seeking professional help who will help build a financial plan and make informed decisions based on thorough research. Second, overcome personal bias. Beginners often let personal preferences drive investment decisions, favoring familiar companies without considering the risk profile. The solution for this is to overcome bias through research-based investing, focusing on financial information rather than personal preferences. Third, set clear loss limits. First-time investors tend to hold underperforming assets hoping for a rebound. To avoid significant setbacks, the solution is to set clear loss limits and implement stop-loss features. Fourth, define short-term and long-term goals. The misconception of quick riches in financial markets leads to rash decisions and losses. The solution for this is to define short and long-term goals, develop an investment strategy, and maintain a balanced portfolio for sustained profit. Fifth, be proactive in asking questions. Investors must seek clarity on various aspects including taxation, risk levels, redemption rules, and past performance. Be proactive in asking questions and seeking professional advice to make informed decisions, and this can be your solution. I hope this video has all your doubts covered. For those who still have some doubts, let's move to the FAQ section where I answer some common questions when it comes to investing in India. Let's kick off with a question that's probably on your mind. What must NRI investors know before investing in India? When it comes to investing in India, NRIs should be aware of several factors. First, NRIs cannot participate in intraday trading in Indian stock markets. Number two, NRIs are allowed only to trade on delivery basis in the Indian stock market. Third, while NRIs can acquire shares and convertible debentures of Indian companies through the stock exchange, there's a ceiling on the overall investment. Fourth, NRIs are not permitted to trade in certain financial instruments like currency derivatives and commodities. Now on to the second question on our list. What are the changes when there's a request to convert a resident account to an NRO account? First up, what stays the same? Your account number, internet banking credentials, checkbook, and mode of operation all remain unchanged unless you have a joint applicant who is a resident Indian. Signatures and standing instructions like EMI and bill pay also stay as they are. Secondly, your account status transforms. It gets converted to NRO with activation for inactive or dormant accounts. Your existing debit card gets blocked and a new debit card takes place. Now, if you're part of a joint account, your name is removed from the resident account joint holder. The changes might vary from one bank to another, so always clarify with your service provider. And the final question, can NRIs invest in immovable properties with the benefit of repatriation? Yes, NRIs have the opportunity to invest in up to 2 residential houses with repatriation benefits. To avail this, the purchase should be funded through remittances from abroad or funds from NRE or FCNR accounts, following the guidelines specified by FERA or FEMA. Now, we've covered a lot, from potential penalties for holding on to resident accounts to tax considerations, diversifying portfolios, and the importance of having a solid plan or seeking professional advice. Now let's conclude the 5 crucial mistakes NRIs make. Let's do a quick recap. Number 1, sticking to the resident account. NRIs holding on to resident savings account may face penalties reaching up to 3 times the account balance or 2 lakh rupees under FEMA rules. Timely action is essential to avoid daily penalty of 5,000 rupees. Number 2, taxes. Remember, NRIs only need to consider 2 forms, ITR2, ITR3, depending on their income source. Mistake number 3, not diversifying their portfolio. Exploring diverse investment avenues, considering return plans, and understanding ongoing responsibilities are crucial. Mistake number 4, ignoring the fine print. Overlooking fine print in investments and insurance can lead to costly surprises, from hidden fees in investment funds to specific conditions in insurance policies. Mistake number 5, not having a plan or seeking professional advice. Advisors provide guidance, help you make better strategic decisions and manage investment risk. So these were the 5 common mistakes NRIs make while investing in India. That's it for today's video. But before you go, do not forget to hit like and subscribe to Groww NRI.